Hardy dudes and dudettes, welcome back to the Hot Damn Racing Team, and if you're new here, welcome. All right, in the previous video, this is kind of a part 2 video of the previous video that I made, polishing and buffing my aluminum control arms from Core 4x4 for my Ram 1500 truck. All right, so what I did in the previous video, I did it the hard way, which can be done. I wanted to show everybody all the ways that you can buff and polish metal. All right, in this case, we're doing aluminum. So the hard way and the more expensive way would be to buy a bunch of sandpaper. Let's say 600 grit. You might even want to go lower than that. 800 grit sandpaper. We got 1,000 grit, 2,000 grit. We got polishing compounds, all kind of stuff, a buffer. Back in the day, this buffer was $600. All right, so kind of expensive. Then you have this sander or whatever to make things easier, so I'm not doing all the sanding, all right, by hand. But still, this is the hard way to do it, but it can be done this way if that's the only tools that you have. All right, the easy way to do it, if you just spend a little bit of money, a whole lot less money than I spent over here on that polishing system, which is really good for polishing paint jobs on entire vehicles. It's an industrial paint. It's an industrial buffing system, buffing and polishing. All right, it's a pretty good system, but for what I'm doing here, I want to do it fast. I got to work. All right, I have kids. I have a lot of stuff going on. I want to get this done now, and I want to get it done on the cheap. All right, so you can buy one of these. I would recommend, all right, it doesn't matter the brand. I don't care, dude. I'm not one of those dudes. It doesn't matter the brand, but I would recommend a variable speed angle grinder, okay? This one is not variable speed, all right? So it was a pretty cheap one, maybe, I don't know, 50, 60 bucks when I bought it. All right, not that expensive, okay? And then I spent maybe 10 bucks on some wool polishing wheels on Amazon, maybe $10. All right, and this is not absolutely necessary, all right, but works really good. I got some polishing compounds. They come in like a little clay brick style like this, all right? So you have, this takes out all the imperfections, and this one's supposed to polish it, and this is supposed to shine it, you know, which is a pretty cool deal. But I'm pretty sure that I can use what I'm using with my buffer, which is something like this. But what we're gonna do for now is use these little bricks that I'm gonna show you. It only takes 2 seconds to polish the metal. All right, I'm not trying to take all the imperfections out of these arms. All right, nobody's really gonna go, you know, use a microscope and get under my truck and look at it, all right, and be like, oh, there's these little imperfections. I really don't care. All right, the whole idea is, how fast can you polish something? I'm here for you on speed, all right, and cost. It costs a whole lot less to go this way in polishing your metal, all right, than it is to go with this entire system right here. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's a whole lot cheaper, okay? I do this for a living and I do it for fun. All right, so what I'm gonna do, this thing's gonna spin way too fast, but it's still gonna work. I might end up with the final polishing, I might end up going to the buffer because this thing isn't variable speeds and I didn't buy polishing pads. This right here is just gonna get most of the imperfections out and make the metal shiny. And that's the idea. We wanna make the metal shiny, okay? So here we go. So I'm gonna turn this on a little bit, not a lot. I'm not gonna put it on here. I'm gonna put it on here. Now, if you have an angle grinder that just moves a little too fast and you don't want to waste your junk, you can kind of rub this in. You don't have to do a lot. Rub it in like this. All right, it doesn't take much. All right, and here we go. This is before, this is after, and this is maybe a few seconds, and I'm going to show you that right now. There it is right there. Only takes a few seconds with this method. All right, versus the method that I showed you guys in the previous video. Now you're always gonna want to have something on these wheels. You're always gonna wanna have something. It doesn't take a lot. You want to have something on there or it's not gonna cut the metal anymore, all right? It's not gonna cut the aluminum. Some people say aluminium. I'm not hating, all right? Although aluminium sounds kind of funny. All right, let's go. Don't stay in one spot too long. Don't just hold it there. All right, let's turn it on. Don't hold it in one spot. Keep moving. You want to keep moving. You want to keep moving. You don't want to dig into it. This is a cylinder, right? I don't want any flat spots on this. So you got to keep moving. Okay, keep moving. Wow. Yeah. Let's get in here. Oh yeah. Woo. Look at that. Okay, the difference is amazing. Okay, so really happy with that. All right, so what if we did use some liquid compound instead of a solid compound? Is it still going to give us the same effect? I think it is. Okay, not gonna lie, I went to college for this and then I never really pursued a career in it because I didn't want to deal with customers or people having an attitude. I like working jobs where I don't have to deal with customers directly. Okay, so let's see what happens. Wow. Yeah. All right, that's pretty hot. Works. I wouldn't recommend using the liquids because it gets all over the place, but when you use the solids, it doesn't really get all over the place, and if it does, it's easy to clean up, sweep up, okay, and wipe up. And once you get the liquid spreading around all over the place, you're gonna have to take a shower. All right, cool deal. Okay, let's get this thing polished. It's, well, buffed, not polished. Polished would be, we'll get it more of a mirror finish, although it's pretty damn close to a mirror finish already. I kind of wish this was a variable speed. I'd like to get around, you know, maybe 2,500 to 3,500 RPMs. This might be a little bit more than that, but a little bit. Wow. Man. Look at that. Wow. spectacular. I'm not worried about all the imperfections. All right, these arms were given to me, and I really don't want to sand into this metal here. I just want to make it shiny. Like I said, you'll see it from a distance, and you're not going to care about the imperfections. All right, usually when I do something like this, I will sand it all the way through till the metal is completely smooth. All right, and then I'll polish it out. But on a deal like this, I'm not even gonna mess with it. All right, I don't wanna take off too much meat on these arms. That right there for most people would be pretty much good enough. I mean, you can get rid of the little swirlies and whatnot, but for most people that'd be good enough. All right, pretty good. It's getting hot. All right, which is okay. It's gonna get hot. I'm not putting a lot of compound on this. Any metal part you want, all right, with this deal. It's up to you. You know, like I said, usually when I'm polishing metal parts, I'll get rid of all the imperfections, but on this I'm not going to. You're gonna see it from a distance. Get my fingerprints all over it. Let's go ahead and wipe it down with some quick detail type stuff. Clean it up. There we go. Man, that is nice. Wow. So this is the quick method, and the method that I would recommend if you're willing to spend a few bucks, okay, on stuff that you don't have already. A lot of people already have an angle grinder. All right, so I guess that works out. Wow. Man, that's awesome. You know, I'd rather have the polished aluminum than the bare aluminum. The bare aluminum, in my opinion, kind of looks cheap. Okay, so that's why I'm trying to polish these arms. I didn't want to powder coat them. You know, the arms that I have on the truck already are already powder coated. I wanted to do something different. All right, and this is gonna be it. Okay, let's do a little bit more. That's awesome. So we got, you know, less materials, less effort, and a better shine quicker. Look at the difference. It's freaking amazing. Okay, I'm gonna pull this one out just to mess around. I'm gonna put this on a pad. That is just coming out so nice. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, so a lot quicker, saved me some time. All right, so when I have 10, 15, 20 minutes here and there, all right, besides working and taking care of the kids, I can do the things I really want to do and not pay a lot of money. All right, so it's gonna come out as good as the amount of work you put into it. And if one of these flies, I swear, land on my face one more time, okay, they're going down. Okay, I'm getting a lot of flies landing on me right now. Summertime's a coming and they're everywhere. Alrighty dudes, there you have it. Alright, a little quick polishing or buffing. It's not the polishing. Polishing, it gets a little bit smoother. Alright, but there's a quick buff, and a lot of guys would be cool with the quick buff. They don't really care about having that extreme polish, but some guys just want their junk to look good, okay? And that's where I'm at. I just want my junk to look good. All right, for cheap. Everybody wants cheap, okay? And this is the cheapest way I could go about this. I mean, how much would it cost me to take this somewhere to have it polished? That's amazing right there. All right. So this one I've never touched with anything, no sandpaper or nothing. This one's been touched already. This one hasn't been touched, so let's see how well this works on untouched bare aluminum. Works like a charm. Works like a charm. That's awesome. Okay, I can't wait to get at the rest of them. It's going to be an easy deal, but I'm gonna work at them and try to get them down to more of that super mirror finish. Okay, and that's the idea that I'm going with. All right, or I powder coat them red. Okay, that's what the colors of that's the color of the other arms that are on. Man, that's super impressive. Okay, that's the easy way to polish aluminum and metal. I'm polishing my aluminum core 4x4 control arms. Okay, super awesome. I'm really satisfied with that. I could rock that. That's awesome. Already did some dudettes. Okay, remember the only thing I did was get some wool pads off of Amazon. Didn't cost nothing. You know, these are about 50 bucks. Okay, for the ones that don't have a variable speed, I would recommend variable speed. Get yourself a little metal polishing kit, okay, compound kit, which is, man, this was like 7 bucks on Amazon. All right, works really well. You don't need to use a lot of it, okay, and it works really good. This is awesome. So I have a little task ahead of me, and I'm kind of happy to do it because it's not going to take me forever in a day. All right, if I did it the other method that I showed you guys, that will take a little while, all right, but it works. All right, it is a method, okay? It doesn't mean it's the best method, but it works. This method is a whole lot better. You can also go with like a polishing wheel, but I'm not sure that would be the best for this case right here. I would kind of like to use an angle grinder on this where I have more surface area. On a polishing wheel, your surface area is probably about this much, and you polish this way. Okay. When you're polishing that way, you'll actually be holding the bar and moving back and forth. Okay, and that will leave yourself susceptible to putting divots into your metal. Okay, I don't want to put any divots in this. I want this to look like a cylinder when I am done. Hot damn, hell yeah, y'all are the baddest. Get some.